Hey guys, it's Reaper Media, and today we're going to be doing a review on the Cheetah, the Grotti Cheetah. This car is like a Ferrari Zonda in real life, I don't really know, but this car in this game is very good, and it's quite underrated in fact. I think the reason people don't tend to use it is because, you know, it does get outpaced by all the top cars, but it definitely can compete, and you'll see that in the race. So we start off, and I just want to add, by the way, this car looks amazing. So we start off, the Zentorno is ahead of it, but the Cheetah's keeping up. But as you see there, the Cheetah gets loads of power out of the corners because it's got loads of traction and a turning circle, and you don't have to brake so much. And it's a really good car for turning and just general cornering. So I'd actually recommend having this car because it's actually really good for racing. It's just people don't tend to use it very much because in a straight line it's really not very fast. And also it is really expensive. It is $650,000, which is a very long time of playing missions on GTA, and that's definitely, people wouldn't think it was worth the money, but I genuinely do, because I actually want, if you see the end, it was extremely close. I won't ruin it for you guys, but the Cheetah is a really competitive car to use. As you see there, it gets loads of power from the corners, and the turning circle's really good. So I was on the inside line, and he had to take a really wide route. On this straight, I obviously lose out because the Cheetah hasn't got much straight line speed, but it's definitely a really good car for racing, and I definitely recommend you guys use it if you have a lot of money to spare. And on top of all this car, if you put it matte black, it actually looks quite like a Batmobile, and some people quite like that. When I originally got this car, I bought it because it looked like a Batmobile, but later on I actually realised that this was quite a good performing car, and it also looks amazing when you have the right paint job on it. In these races, I'm going to do stock cars because me and my friends don't have all the cars. I do have quite a lot of cars, but I don't have all of them, and I kind of need to test all of them. And I didn't ask him to use a T20 because I wanted to compare it against a really good car. I didn't use a T20 because the T20 has a spoiler already on it, and I also didn't choose the Osiris because the Osiris oversteers a bit too much with that spoiler, and the Zentorno is just kind of perfect for this situation. And the top three cars are definitely the most, they're very close in speed, and it doesn't really make a difference. Oh, and if you guys didn't know, the spoiler on a car, if you put a spoiler on it, it adds traction, and traction just means you've got more grip on the road, so you don't spin off or drift, if you want to say. And that basically makes you be faster around the corners, and that will make the tests unfair. So I just stuck with the Zentorno. And if you guys were wondering, no, this car doesn't actually have a spoiler on it. It's just, it looks like it does. It looks like a spoiler, but it just comes default with this car. It doesn't change the traction or anything. So now I'm actually going to talk about the race. So it was actually really close, and we kept switching between positions. We kept overtaking each other, and that is because a lot of the supercars in this game are actually really balanced, and people just tend to stick to the T20. But Cheetah's definitely actually a viable car to use in a race, and as you see here, I actually managed to win the race, which is it was very close, but yeah, that was pretty sick, especially with the Cheetah. Okay, and now I'm going to show you guys the drag race comparison between these two cars. This is simply showcasing the straight line speed. So I've already explained how much faster the Zentorno is with acceleration and top speed, but this is to compare the speeds of these two cars, because we know it's faster, but it's just how faster. So as you see here, the Zentorno completely takes off on the Cheetah. The Cheetah has no chance. Even the top speed's higher on the Zentorno, but the Cheetah does actually doesn't really leave the Zentorno after the Zentorno's actually finished accelerating, and it wasn't too far away, and I definitely think the Cheetah's got enough speed if you want to do races. It's a very good car to use, and it did get a lot of rear spins at the start, or tyre spins, and that didn't really affect the acceleration, but I think the gap would be a lot smaller if it didn't have any rear spins. But yeah, this is one of my favourite cars on GTA, and that's for a really good reason. It's a really underrated car. It looks amazing. It's based on a really cool car in real life too, and all round it looks good, performs well. I really think people should, have this car in their garage more often. Alright, so next up in this test, oh, by the way, I'm going to do this with every car. I'm going to, race against the best car. It's not just going to be supercars, it's going to be coupes and stuff like that, and sedans. And the final test is just how strong the car is, so we're just going to be chucking it off Mount Chiliad here. So as we see here, I've already kind of smashed up the car a little bit, going up much yet, but it manages to survive that, which was decent. But after here, you do see the car gets a little bit blown up. But not a very strong car, but all in all, it's a nice car to have in your garage, and I definitely recommend it for you guys.